Hey, people in tier 53, Greysock, Undercity, blue team. Alex, Herald of Fools, is a plague champion, starting off in ranged combat with a damage over time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some decent utility, and support the Night Lord's elite scheme here. There they are, all Night Lorded up. Alongside MammothMKII with an Apothecary support hero fighting in melee combat. By default begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration, already Ultramarines DLC. Crysis rounds off the team with a Hive Tyrant, very durable hero, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful disruption and support. Begins in melee combat with a basic synapse to help out his Tyranid buddies. I shall call you Rodriguez. Got double Hormagaunts up. Red team, a whole bunch of Imperial Guard. We have Farnir as a Lord General fighting in ranged combat. Begins with a retinue of Stormtroopers to help him out. Really strong defense and support can also add to this retinue throughout the game, giving him even more abilities and stuff. Just going into melee with the Plague Champion immediately. Alongside here, Rambo as an Inquisitor, Hammer of the Witches on the Hive Tyrant's face. And then she gets knocked over. She has very powerful control abilities. Strong offense, begins in melee combat but can get specialized ranged weapons. Just being body blocked there by the Hive Tyrant. And rounding off the teams is the Black Cardinal as a Lord Commissar. Strong offense and support, fights in melee combat. Begins with a refractor shield. Going after the Hive Tyrant, should be going after some Marines or something, I think, on a 360 knockback. Shunted him over. Oh, look at this. Crysis with double Hormagaunts going after power. Look at that. Got double Termagants as well who are here in the fight. Hormagaunt runs away, Inquisitor runs away. Still chasing the Hive Tyrant, and he can tank this kind of thing for ages, even in these opening fights. Get him in amongst some ranged squads. Just goes on and on. Sentinel getting some little bursts of repairs. Those Termagants must run. They are being picked off by the Sentinel. Big old retreat from Black Cardinal. Might be able to get onto the VP even. Termagants are going to decap that wreck point instead. Meanwhile, Guards on run, and there's the Tactical Marines popping their Kraken bolts. 20% extra damage versus heavy infantry armor, which is what the Sentinel has. Doing some good DPS there. These guys coming for repairs. Those fellas are at capping. Meanwhile, northeast, the Lord General of Farnir is pushed all the way through. And we've got Catechins on the field for both Rambo and Cardinal. And we have Havocs up here, so most likely, yeah, Farnir also gets some Catechins up. These guys are super versatile, can support with a smoke grenade, can knock back stuff, disrupt, counter melee, even make some bombs and hide them. Do require a decent amount of micro and timing to get the most out of them though. Northeast is red. Sentinel gets repairs. These Guardsmen might be able to cut off a little bit of cover, getting slightly to the side. There we go. Double CSN. These guys are quite low though. Where are the Heretics? Oh, they're capping the wreck point back. Havoc's pushing up to this heavy cover. Makes all this stuff back off basically. The Lord General having to reinforce his Stormtroopers, but they are back. Meanwhile in the mid, Sentinel pew pew on some Termagants, trying to make use of cover, but it can be tough when you've got 8 models. Even tougher for Guardsmen with their potentially 9 in tier 1. These guys still on 6 though. Do they both have their ground pound? Nope, only one of the Sentinels, this is Rambo's, has the ground pound in the mid. Meanwhile, Farnir's does have it. Inquisitor's down over here. Might get to revive though if they can push back a little bit. Purification vials for the Apothecary. Going to be looking to chuck these on the blobs of guards, and also if you can hit the Catechins, that'll be pretty devastating. Meanwhile, northeast, kicking off it seems, saw a smoke grenade there from the Catechins. Sentinel gets in for a stomp on the Havocs. Can they tie them up in melee though? They can't. Medical Sergeant up for the Lord General. He can hand out Medipacks, which is fantastically useful for Catechins. Those guys getting into melee with Chaos Space Marines using the move ability of the grenade launchers to zip around a bit. Catechins don't have a melee charge or a special attack. They just have some pretty good power melee DPS. Meanwhile, in the mid, lots of lasgun fire. We have the improved synapse for Rodriguez, the Hive Tyrant, in amongst some catechins, but that's a dicey fight for him early on. And the warp field goes up too. That makes that fight a lot more safer versus the power melee catechins. Power melee is a pretty good damage type against heroes. They got torn up there though, didn't they? I think Rodriguez is going to be alright. Covered by the Devastators here. With that heavy bolter, limited firing arc. Bad news for all this infantry though. And the Sentinel needs to back away from it. Scouts grab their sergeant, gives them a frag grenade to use. Also makes them a detector unit. And again, double Hormagaunts going after the power. Both with their adrenal glands as well. So these guys can really output some DPS. Shotgun blast from the catechins, knocks them back and suppresses them. Right into a stomp. Those guys had a bad time. Need to run away now. These fellas, meanwhile, get a generator, and they got a full bash before. I'm not sure what exactly was here when they got here the first time, but they did take it all out the first time they were there. There's that noble worship. These fellas have an aspiring champion too. No eternal war for the CSM. Look how speedy those catechins are. Able to run in after their own grenade launcher hit and get into melee. That was nuts. But here's some support in the terms of fire and green stuff. Purification vials. Looks like they're going to get away okay-ish. Grenade. Almost on those catechins. Going to go for a power bash now with the flamer in tow. Sentinel here to defend. Worth going in for a stomp, I think, but looks like they're not going for it yet. Node, I think, is going to go down at least. Chaos Space Marines helping out with some heretics there too. Here's another Sentinel. Got the missile launcher queued up for tier 2. 25 power. It's not cheap, is it? But it can be pretty devastating, those. And it's great versatility, though. Have been able to switch between crack and frag missiles. Now using this line of sight blocker to hide and get repairs. Vials on the catechins. If they didn't retreat, that would have been so painful. Retreated just in time. Red team haven't dropped a VP off their counter yet. 320 to 500. If blue team can get a natural pack, there we go. They can get a VP off them finally. Improved synapse here, boosting the health of these other Tyranid fellas. Catechins are in play, so Hormagaunts need to be careful because they can be shotgun blasted and stomped. No, they can't. This Sentinel does not have the ground pound. Noise Marines on the way for Alex in tier 2. All of the Imperial Guard players are there already. This squad is getting a sergeant, gives them a melter gun. And red team are going to take back the northeastern VP. Going to be a 2-1. Warp field has been depleted for the Hive Tyrant. Puts it up again, a little bit of energy to power it. Hormagaunts get in there, didn't last too long. Well, Commissar counter initiating. What's he got? Got a power sword. 320 to 493. Oh, that would have been a really juicy hit if those termagants didn't move. Look at that. Almost whacked out those fellas. They're all reinforcing off the brood nest here. Oh, Rodriguez went down. Dropped a Hell Fury, which didn't do anything, basically, to the brood nest. That was Rambo dropping the Hell Fury strike. MammothMKII with Devastator Plasma Cannon Marines on the way. And double zone throats for Cry. That could be nasty. They hit some catechins. Catechins bunch up so much. I think it's because they need to get closer than guardsmen to shoot their shotguns. So they tend to converge on like little corners and stuff. Termagants having to flee now. The brood nest is down. It's very risky to stay in play with these missiles around. But I think they are going to make it. Northeast is now blue. Well done, Alex. Gets through. Noise Marines immediately get a Blast Master going on. Turns them into an artillery unit. It's big firing arc that you can see. Manticore strike though. Onto these point blank range onto these tactical Marines here, which gives you very little time to react actually. They tanked it remarkably well, didn't they? the shots weren't really spread out. You need to try and spread them out so that you hit stuff that gets knocked back by the first shot kind of thing. There's some Nurgle worship. Havoc's being disrupted though. Big shot onto the Catechins from the Blastmaster. Noise Marines. Down goes the Plague Champion though. CSM having to back off too, but still has a decent amount here, including some allied Devastator Space Marines. The Hive Tyrant still down. Red team edging through. Got some Plasma Guardsmen. Can dodge a grenade through sheer luck there. How much plasmas do we have? Double plasma for Rambo. Double plasma for Farnir too. No plasma yet for the Black Cardinal, who goes tier 3. Can they get onto the power? Perhaps. Catechins are decent power bashers when they have their sergeant as well. Those shotguns and that melter. Inquisitor in amongst some tactical marines with a good special attack. Gets knocked back by the whirlwind, but the whirlwind goes down. Didn't last long with the Sentinel missiles and the Catechin melter. But they do defend their power at least. Just brute forcing their way towards the Devastators here is Farnir. Does not have the suppression immunity armor thing. But who needs it? Got bodies to spare. Looks like they're going to grab that VP back. Should be able to defend the power here with the plasma cannon, but you never know. Are they even going to go for it? They might just try and stabilize the northeast. Meanwhile, southwest, I see some fire. What was that fire from? I don't. Oh, it's just this. It's just the hot shot las gun. It's so hot. There's these like fiery effects when it hits stuff. Only one zone thrower is up. I'm not sure if it was just cancelled or it went down. Oh, there it is. You can see it. These guys have such awesome range. They can really burst down the zone thropes without them realizing they're even shooting. Brood nest again. Double Hormagaunts. What are they up to? Trying to go after the Stormtroopers, you would think, but looks like they're going to turn and engage the Commissar. Look at those missile hits. And these guys do have a frag grenade too, so those Hormagaunts need to be careful on their approach. Was it used already? Maybe. Again, really good hits from the Sentinel. 283 to 403. Got some Cadian Castrican on the way in tier 3 for the Black Cardinal. Are the Hormagaunts going to make it out of there? With some decent harassment, they kept them from getting onto the natural VP easily, but they seriously took some losses there. It's a lot of wreck reinforcement for Cry. 279 to 403. Alex with a Chaos Predator tank going for the Mark of Khorne. Preserve these units well up here. And it's got a big old army going on. Big old chaosy army. Those CSMs don't have any upgrades yet though. Poor bastards. Human Russ on the way now for Rambo. The Dark God something something. That's what the Predator said. Devastators looks like they're going mid. Grenade launcher barrage. Some good Donner knockback. The Commissar is up there for the Guardsman, taking up to 12 models for Farnir. The other fellas too. Might want to back off to your Havocs. Nope, just a big old retreat. The Chaos Predator kind of clumsily just throwing itself in there. The Mark of Khorne buffing all of the gun's damage on the Predator tank. Taking his missile hits though from the Sentinel. Not nothing, and a Manticore strike. Almost wiped out those plasma cannon fellas. Last Master's going to get a good shot here, maybe? No. Did it misfire? I think it misfired. Bad place for those Catechins to be. Holds onto the VP. Good assist here at the end from MammothMKII. Improvised explosive there. Oh, I thought they were going to set it off on those scouts, but the scouts could see it, so they could just shoot it down. Might be able to get a full bash here because, yeah, Flamer's in play. You've got the Sentinel. Customized Stormbolter now for the Apothecary. Neiman Rush dropped in from Farnir. With rear armor showing though. Some repairs from the Plague Champion. We have a Loyalist Predator tank from MammothMKII. Down goes the Apothecary. And an Executioner Leman Russ from Rambo. Plague Champion in retreat now. No shrine up here. Blastmaster knows means a push forward, which is maybe a mistake. Again, they misfire. By misfire, I mean they were targeting something that exited their firing arc, most likely the Catachans, so they didn't fire. Catachans barely getting away, 3 hit points. Wow, that was close. Marco Zinch Havocs with a las cannon now getting shots in. One of the Leman Russes is going to fall, I think. Las cannon making a massive difference. Down it goes. 279 to 338 per Gartus from the Inquisitor. Big AoE stun, and here comes some sneaky stormtroopers. They have been spotted though. The heretics will spot them if nothing else. Couldn't get their melter going on. Almost went down in fact. Blue team holding the line up here really well. Manticore still up. Actually level 2 as well. Has that Storm Eagle upgrade. Upgrades the rockets. Hive Tyrants down again. We do have double zone thropes and now a tier 3 from Crysis. A late tier 3, isn't it? Compared to the other players. They did get at least 3 zone thropes up in tier 2. Not sure if... Do you have a melee weapon yet? You're all clipping into the ground there, I can't see. They got the decapping and run off. Don't want to eat some stray zone thrope shots, I suppose. Those guys are Kashyyykin, so they're pretty quick on their feet and can cap fast. And they've got a shrine here. Because they're worshipping the shrine, it will reinforce allied units, get that heal, and it will suppress nearby enemies too. What's the red situation looking like? Alex could get some Terminators if they had the population for it. I think they do. I assume Mammoth is saving up for a Land Raider Redeemer here. Another Leman Russ, this time from Black Cardinal. It's their first Leman Russ. We do have some more guardsmen here to repair now. And this one got the Vanquisher to help hunt the other tanks. Las Cannon here. Big hits onto the Lord General. Did he eat a las cannon? Looks like he ate a las cannon shot and then ate a Blastmaster to the face as well. Apothecary is back to his feet and is now going to revive the Hive Tyrant. Plasma Cannon could not get a shot off. Big blob of stuff to aim those missiles at. Nothing in terms of upgrade for the Leman Russ yet. The Plasma Cannon and the Zone Thropes helping to take down that Sentinel. And a power bash here from the Tactical Marines. Done a good job supporting both sides so far, Mammoth. Bebop has some anti-armor stormtroopers looking to get around those tanks again, I think. Heretics will spot them with the aspiring champion there. Manticore and push maybe. Manticore's done okay so far. It's so expensive though. Last cannon to the back of the head of the Inquisitor. She did get the decap though. That was worth it. Another brood nest goes up, and we do indeed see crushing claws on Rodriguez the Hive Tyrant, so he's ready to rumble. Trying to flank here with double Catachans from 2 different players. Alex has spotted it. And Blastmaster gets a very good hit in. Predator tank trying to run him over, which doesn't work. But did a lot of damage to those Catachans. Needs to be careful though, that's a Vanquisher. Oh, we got some Chaos Terminators. You see the demoralization effect there when they kill stuff. And down goes the Manticore. Not sure what the Manticore was up to. But some Loyalist Terminators came in and helped take it out. With them Power Fists. Chasing the Leman Russ, they're going for it. Using their teleport might put them in danger because those are a bunch of Plasma Guardsmen there. And they actually couldn't get onto it in melee. They can tear through some Guardsmen, sure. 279 to 252 is quite even on the VPs. Another brood nest all the way over here. They are going to get a decap, I think. Rodriguez was chasing down a tank, I believe. But they survived. Bane Blades on the way for Farnir and Rambo. And another Leman Russ from a Black Cardinal. Neurothrope on the way as well. Any upgrades for these fellas? Yep. Autocannon for the Chaos Terminators right there. Loyalist Terminator still in their default state with these Storm Bolters and Power Fists. They're still a very good loadout to have. They're like 40 DPS, I think, or something, those Storm Bolters. It's a lot of piercing ouches. Termagants run away from grenades and stuff. Rodriguez gets the cat, puts up his shield. I think he's going to do it. Puts up a Pillory Tower as well. Run away. Run away. There we go. Should be okay. If those guys moved up more aggressively, the Stormtroopers, they might have been able to get a grenade to finish him, but it would have been tough. Blue team stabilizing the northeast pretty damn well here. Alex basically played from the start to stabilize this area with Havocs and the Blastmaster immediately. Has lost some CSM along the way, but otherwise has preserved things pretty well up there. Broodnest kind of clipping into the slope. Putting Broodnest at an angle is hard apparently. Uh-oh, that could finish those fellas off, and it does. Nice grenade from the Black Cardinal. Down goes the Broodnest. Then they ate a Cataclysm to the face from the Neurothrope, which knocked him over. Some decapping here from the Speedy Scouts. Double Baneblades going northeast. Bringing some firepower to bear now. And these guys are going for a flamer. They might regret that when they see the double Baneblades. They might want to get this Cyclone Missile Launcher going on. Knocked off the cat right at the end, but they're going to survive. Was surprised actually that Mammoth got the Terminators before the Land Raider. It's done well so far. There's the second Baneblade. Oh, it's trying to come in from a different angle, is it? That's really risky. You want a Baneblade as far back as possible while it can still shoot. Carnifex on the way for Cry. We have a judged Chaos Predator there. I mean, it's in the name. Chaos. I don't think you need to judge it. Just shoot it. Servo Skull up for the Inquisitor too. There's a creeping barrage. Facilitating the push. It's a hell of a push. Speeded up Guardsmen too. Very eager to run to their deaths. And the Lord General going for the decap. It's being path blocked by its own Baneblade there. Down goes the Chaos Predator. Terminator dropping a Model 2. Demolisher Cannon on the Shrine. Oh, another one over here. That's going to be a good one. Boom. Las Cannon's going to try and set up again, I suppose. Lots of repairs going in. Here's a little bit of a assist from Mammoth. You've got some missile launcher tactical runs here. And with combat stims, those missile launchers can do some work here. Red team take the northeast though, 272 to 105. And red team are on the natural, or very near it, with double Leman Russes. There is a Venom Cannon Carnifex though. Neurothrope is getting very low. Just shot out the Cataclysm and ran away. Uh-oh. Imperial Abyss from Alex. Messed up some Guardsmen, and once the Baneblades don't have their Guardsmen support, they are way more vulnerable. This one is way too far forward. Just to back the hell away. It's getting power fisted by Chaos Terminators here. Should never allow your Baneblade to get power fisted by Terminators without forcing them to use their teleport. Just like drove into them there. It's very, very low. Gartus may have saved it. They teleported after it now. Only got 2 models left though. Oh no, they haven't. One of them was hiding. Can they finish it? 134 hit points on this Baneblade. Think they're going to get it, and they do get it. But I don't think they're going to get away afterwards. Is it worth it? Swapping Terminators for a Baneblade? I don't think so. It's a pretty even swap. 2 Leman Russes dead. Oh, they took out both of Black Cardinal's Leman Russes. Great assist from Mammoth. Wow. Pounced on them. And here's the march of the Hive Tyrant. Looks like he's swapping out improved synapse for bonded exoskeleton. Super expensive at 50 power, but makes him really tough. Can he get a decap at least, you would think. Some venom brewed up to help with the anti-vehicle. Crushing claws. In on the catechins, a rough time for those fellas. Bioplasma, a good shot. That was from the Carnifex. 199 to 105. Scouts barely getting away though. Meanwhile, Apothecary's down, but should get revived yet right there from the Plague Champion. Getting their power bash though. And then Purgatus to mess up the Chaos Space Marines. And that Inferno pistol hurts. Catechin's disruption as well. Level 3 Catechins have been used really well by Rambo actually. And that Baneblade is still up. Now Farnir has double Lehman Russes, both with Vanquisher cannons. Blue team still have the 2-1, but I feel like they're reeling because of Alex's losses at the northeast. Red team could just get their natural VPs under control. They could stabilize here quite well. Tactical Marines level 4, don't want to lose them. Looks like they are going to be okay. They were shooting the Lehman Russ from point blank range there. Meanwhile, is there another brood nest? I don't see one. Capillary Tower with a Neurothroat. Carnifex. Bioplasma doing some work there. Oh, Venom Brood dropping models. Synapse explosions going off and a rocket run. Can it finish off that Venom Brood? So close, but not quite. Zone Throat must flee, but does survive. And they are going to get their natural back. Meanwhile, though, Alex back on a northeastern VP. No war gear yet for this Plague Champion. Smoke grenade up from the Catechins. Gives them 50% range damage reduction in that area. And suppression immunity, which isn't doing much here. There's no suppression, but it's a nice little ability to have. Typically, you'll see them use their offensive disruptive abilities rather than their smoke grenade. But when they start leveling up and get tons of energy, they can use things a little bit more freely. Those guys barely getting away, but Farnir has held the VP here. 193 to 63. 2-1 for the Reds. Looking pretty good. Ogren's up now for Rambo. Getting late Ogren's up can really mix things up. Your enemies used to shooting down guardsmen and trying to get rid of vehicles, and all of a sudden some giant abhumans to deal with that want to smack him in the face. More Chaos Terminators for Alex. Ogren's having an immediate impact getting rid of the Tactical Marines here. These fellas have super heavy infantry armor and heavy melee damage. Was that the shrine suppressing them there? That was really good range on that shrine. Or was it something else? Going after a Predator tank. Down to 3 models though. They do have their bonehead leader. Still have him. He survived to the end. Oh man, is it? Oh, they wiped out. That's what I get for talking up the Ogrins. They die immediately. Had a good time though while they lived, didn't they? Lehman Russ is really far forward, and again the Baneblade. Never send it past the contested VP, I say. Unless in very specific circumstances. Yeah, back up. Okay, we got autocannon Terminators again. I really think Alex should grab the... Oh, doesn't have the resources right now, but the Plague Fist to help capping and stuff. Because they don't have a way to knock them over. Oh, I guess the Demolisher Cannon can knock them over. Meanwhile, Rodriguez goes down. And the blue team have lost their natural VP here. Commissar goes after it. What's he got going on? Got his Fist of Brockus level 10. And Flak Jacket for Inspire Terror. As well as the Emperor's Wrath. Inspire Terror. Great tool to use against enemy zone throats, actually. Don't think he can quite get it done. But kept the pressure up there really well. 95 to 63 on the VPs. If they can get one big engagement, blue team can be right back into this. Looks like they are going to double the natural VPs now. CSN coming down here from Alex. Not sure what they're up to. Got caught by plasma guns and such. And an Inquisitor, who wasn't happy. See a servo skull there. Allows her to reveal areas, which is quite cool. Or spec scan. Synergizes quite well with manticores and the like. Heavy flamer terminators. I mean, it's a good flamer, but the cyclone missile launcher is so great against. I mean, look how much these Leman Russes are bunching up here and there. Could do some great work with that missile launcher. Another Leman Russ from Black Cardinal, and Rambo got some more Ogrins up. We'll see how these fellas do. I think they should. It's great to mix it up, as I said. Give your opponent lots of things to counter. Lots of different things. Smacked up the Predator a bit. One of them fell down and then they had to run. Some friendly fight on that grenade there. Terminator taking big shots as well. They defended their VP. There's a paroxysm and a rocket run. Some decent hits. Down goes a Leman Russ. But there's 3 more where that one came from, right there. Almost got the Predator with that rocket run there. It's not typically referred to as very good against vehicles, but it can do some work for you, especially if you can hit it lengthway down the vehicle. Level 10 Commissar getting stuck in there. 1080 hit points with 200 energy to power his shield. It's a tough fella now. 16 to 63. Somehow Alex decapped the VP up here. The champion got shot in the face by a Leman Russ and goes down. But the guardsman can't quite grab the VP and they got wiped out there. But these Terminators I think are a little bit low to try and cap. Just another Leman. Oh, it's Terminators. I thought that was a Leman Russ being dropped in, but nope. That was the Space Marine symbol. The last cannon died. Are you going to cap, guys? Or are you going to shoot the Baneblade with your Stormbolters? That's not super helpful. There we go. They're capping. Those Terminators now trying to put a little bit of pressure on us. So much tank. So many tank. Looks like the Loyalist Terminators are going to get it capped though. There it is. 16 to 62. They're not out of it yet. Need to back off now though, fellas. Seriously. There's the teleport just in time before they lost another model. Now they can reinforce off the Shrine of Nurgle, which is quite a lot of heresy going on. Okay, it has a decent force here to defend the VP, including a single Terminator. Judgment is up on the Carnifex. Inquisitor runs away. She wishes she had her mandate right now. Rodriguez, are you going to smack something? Here he comes. Level 3. Nope, just hanging out behind that line of sight blocker. Here we go. Here we go. Crack. Double bioplasmas coming in. That was awesome. Crack again. And again. Get out of here, Leman Russ. Rodriguez on the case. Can he finish it? Trying to mess it up with a capillary tower and speed up his Hive Tyrant a bit. I think he's just going to die here. Oh, one more hit will do it. Oh, but he goes down. Leman Russ was down to 41 hit points. So close. Maybe the Carnifexes can get onto it. There we go. There you got it. Meanwhile, it's 14 to 35. Farnir has retaken the northeast with all of the tank. Trying to decap again, and they get it for a 1-to-1. Saw that demoralization there. Man, amazing how much you can achieve with 2 Terminator squads, eh? Do they have the hit points to get this cap done though? Don't think they do. They don't. Desperation move from Mammoth. They had to try. Now it's a single for the red team and they're getting on the other natural. Looks like the red team have it. The guard wins against various enemies. We had a level 4 Plague Champion on the floor there. Did he just get... I guess he just revived himself. Didn't have any war gear though. Apothecary level 6 with combat stims, Storm Bolter, and improved medical equipment. We had a level 4 Hive Tyrant, Rodriguez, back to his feet there at the end. Level 9 Lord General, bloody hell. Had that grenade launcher. Level 5 Inquisitor, and of course, the level 10 Lord Commissar. Kicked some ass at the bottom. I don't know how long it was level 10 for, but it was a good old while. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.